clap. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I missed it. It's okay. Welcome back, double teamed fam. What? How are we doing? We're back.
Fuck, that was loud.
Was it really? Oh yeah, it's hitting some bars.
It took me by surprise, to say the least.
Okay.
We got a lot to catch up on. I was super excited to record today. Y'all don't even know how happy I am to be here with all of you. I've missed y'all. July was great. Much needed break. But now, like, today I got emotional thinking about recording today. Like, I don't know about you, but I got emotional.
That's so cute. Yeah, I haven't been emotional. I've been stressed. I got stressed with just the amount of work I have to do. Because, of course, live show October 20th in LA. Come support us. Come have a great time.
Don't forget.
Drinks will be included. But I've been working on so much over the weekend. Steph and I yesterday were on a Zoom meeting for like 4 hours working on the invite and all that good stuff. So it's,
It's coming along.
It's coming along, and now we're here recording. I'm super excited to be back for season 3. We have so many great things in store for you guys, and I can't wait to share. So, cheers.
Cheers. And I'm glad you guys have been productive, because last week I was, in the words, as Steph would say, I was a sensitive ass bitch all week. I was at a work event, and I was just like, I had these like weird waves of emotions, like constantly. But I did want to tell a story. It was such a touching moment that I really wanted to share with y'all. It's not sexual at all. So this is a different side of me. Maybe. I don't know. Anyways, so I was at a
human. It's fine.
Yeah, I am
we're all dynamic.
Yeah, we're all
multifaceted.
There's more to me than just sex.
Sensitive beings.
Anyways, so I was at this work event. It was like an air show. So, how do I describe an air show?
There's airplanes and people.
There's airplanes and people. Yeah. Okay. So anyways, I'm sitting by one of the airplanes that we have like on display, and this guy walks up, and he's with his family, like his sister, his mom, looked like maybe his dad, and then I don't know, there was a third guy, but I had no idea who he was. Anyways, he was either had Down syndrome or was autistic. He was special needs. Let's put it that way. And he walked right up to me, and he like put his hand out, and he was like, he introduced himself, and he's like, "What's your name?" And I'm like, "I'm Nicole." And I shook his hand. And I really wish I could remember his name, but I can't. And I'm so upset at myself. So much had happened all at once that like I forgot his name, and then I forgot to like ask for it again. Anyways, so I shook his hand, and we introduced ourselves, and he had a couple questions about the airplane, so I answered them. At times he was like a little hard to understand, so like his mom and his sister would like help kind of, translate if needed. And then he asked if he could go like look inside the airplane, and I said, sure, why not? So he did, and I kind of just waited, with his mom while him and his sister went to go look at the airplane. And then he came back, and he asked like 1 or 2 more questions. I can't remember. And then he goes, "Can I have a hug?" And immediately his mom and his sister were like, no hugs. And I was like, no, it's fine. And so I gave him a hug, and I kind of let him lead. Like I waited for him to pull away from the hug because I didn't want to rush the moment. But he actually didn't hug me for that long. If anything, I had wished he had because I was so touched by it. And I remember like as soon as I pulled away, because it was hot outside, like people were sweating and, whatever.
And his mom, Wisconsin or something.
Yeah. And his mom was like, "I'm so sorry, if he's sweating." I'm like, no, not at all. He really wasn't, honestly. And like, it was a very nice, like, endearing hug. And it kind of broke my heart that, his mom and his sister, were trying to be like, cautious at first by saying no hugs, and then like apologizing after. And I understand, when someone's special needs, like a lot of people don't really know how to navigate or how to interact with them because it's a little more unpredictable, maybe, just because like their social norms look a little bit different. but I didn't mind at all. And, I told her it wasn't a big deal. And then he looks at me and in like the sweetest, like softest little voice, I'm like getting emotional, like just like recounting this right now. He looked at me and he was like, "You're beautiful." And I didn't understand him right away. And I kind of gave him like a look like I didn't understand. And then his mom said, like repeated it. And he gave me like the sweetest smile. And I about lost it.
Oh,
like, I'm not kidding when I
so
say
cute.
I was doing everything I could to not like tear up in that moment. And he put his hand out to me again. And so like I shook it, but then I like wrapped this hand around it, and then he did the same to my hand.
Oh,
and we kind of just looked at each other, and he was like, "It was nice to meet you," and I said, "It was really nice to meet you." And then they left, and
that touched my heart.
I'm not kidding when I say like I wanted to run to the back of the booth, like where we had our break area, and just like bawl my eyes out because I was so moved. He was such like a sweet soul, and you could tell he was curious, he wanted to connect, he just wanted like he just wanted to connect with someone and like have an interaction. And I wish I could have like told his mom and his sister like just how much that moment meant to me. I told you, I told C, I told, one of my guys that I'm talking to, like, and then, now I'm telling you guys because I was so like touched and moved by this. I was like, I wish I could have told her like how much that interaction meant to me. It made my day. It made my week. I journaled about it and how emotional it made me. And anyways, I can't get over that.
I love moments like those, especially like, I don't know, because I've had moments before where like maybe I'm at a bar, or I'm at a, rave or something like that. And, when you make like an instant connection with someone like that, where you're just like, you're both there in that space where like you feel warm and happy, or maybe, I don't know, just like a positive warmth feeling. It's always nice to experience.
Yeah, I definitely felt like a connection there. I felt like it was so short, the interaction, but it like I said, it was just so moving to me. I needed it. It had been a long week. This was towards the end of the week of the show. And like, I like the hug. I needed a hug. I hadn't really had that. And I was so thankful for it. And so, I don't know. I really doubt his family's anyone that would ever listen to this podcast. But if they know which air show I'm talking about and they recognize it at all, like I wish I could tell them like that moment meant a lot to me. And if I ever met him again, like I would give him the biggest hug. Oh, he was just the sweetest soul. So anyways, just thought I'd share that with you guys.
Touching moments.
Now,
with Niki.
Complete 180.
Yeah, what do we want to talk about?
Well, do we want to tell them the story about the sex party?
Which story?
The show.
Oh, yeah. Well,
the performance.
Yeah. I was thinking, we could just like update everyone what we've been up to. I mean, obviously we went to Europe. We had a friend's wedding. It was very nice.
Wait, but I wanted to tell them about that performance because I thought it was dope.
No, I know. I'm recapping July.
Okay.
Hold on. You can tell the story in just a moment.
Fine. Recap July.
You can't just go from a touching moment to a sex show. Like,
yeah, you're right. Okay. Segue
into it. Anyways, I took a 1 week social media break. I don't know if any of you noticed. But I
noticed because I had to answer all the DMs.
Yeah, I was going to say, Niki didn't even do that great of a job answering the DMs. Are you kidding me? Do you know how many requests I had to, like, go through and just... Excuse me. Okay, whatever. Okay, you did fine. Anyways,
I took care of it.
Yeah, no, everything. You did. You took great. You know what? I felt very, happy that I was able to take a step away from social media and Niki was able to manage Twitter. I'm so sorry that you got left in the dust because
I don't even have the Twitter app on my phone.
Niki doesn't even have the app. I was telling everybody the one time Niki owned a Twitter account. It was called Mid Maintenance.
No, why did you say that? Why?
And it had we can bleep that out. And it had the profile picture was of one of my foster cats who was named Bean. Bean was so cute. Anyways,
I only followed one person.
Yeah, and it was the Santa Clarita Fire Department.
No. LA County Fire Department.
Whatever.
Why? There were a lot of fires.
Yeah, there were a lot of fires. And I was telling Twitter this. The only way they were updating people was through Twitter.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, so moving on. Twitter, I'm sorry that you got left in the dust, but a week later and here we are. I'm thriving and back on the apps. I'm not going to lie. There was 1 second there where I was like, I don't want to go back to social media.
Yeah, but that's how we connect with
people. Of course wanted to come back to all of you. So
anyways. And I was at a work event while you took your social media break. Like the timing was honestly awful. You could have waited 1 fucking week. So then I could have been more focused on it.
My brain needed a break.
But I digress. Sorry to say that in Europe we didn't have any spicy stories.
No spicy stories.
We brought condoms and lube.
You
Nothing
brought
happened.
lube?
Oh, you're right. I didn't bring lube.
I was going to say, the things that guys, I'm not kidding you when I say we brought 2 backpacks for a 2-week trip. And that included taking 2 full-length gown dresses.
For bridesmaid dresses
for a freaking wedding. Putting them in their dust bag and then folding it, smashing it, and putting it into the pocket of the backpack. The way we made everything work was honestly mind-blowing.
A masterpiece, yeah.
Shout out to Baze. Sponsor us.
Yeah. So yeah, we had 2 backpacks. Mainly because I don't like checking bags, and I kept seeing all these stories about how everyone was
losing their bags
in Europe. One of our friends, he was going to Italy, and
his bag is still lost.
It's
been a month.
Let's all manifest that the airline that he flew eventually finds his bag and sends it back to him. But I think that was ridiculous. So I was like, I'm not chancing it checking a bag. So we didn't check a bag. And so yeah, we just brought 2 backpacks, and then we had 1 mini bag.
One tiny little bag.
That was it.
And it made it work. But we were definitely not prepared for the weather in Germany. Germany
is cold.
Germany summer is like an LA winter.
Yeah.
And it is kind of cold.
It was cold.
It's very chilly.
It was pretty. Mallorca was my favorite.
Mallorca was beautiful. It was hot as fuck though. Hotter than Satan's balls, but yeah, it was hot.
Yeah.
Anyways, and then I took my social media break. Nikki went to a work trip. Now we're back.
But yeah, we didn't get into any trouble in Europe. We were well behaved.
We were.
We even had an agreement beforehand. We're like, okay, if one of us wants to take a dude home, we'll just figure it out, because we were sharing hotel rooms. And that never happened, so it's fine.
I wasn't planning on
it either, but I wanted it to be serendipitous.
Okay, I was gonna say
nothing serendipitous happened.
I had an agreement with my dude that I wasn't gonna do anything while I was in Europe. So,
yeah, I didn't know of such agreement.
Yeah, I told you that.
I don't recall you telling me that. Anyway.
Okay. Well, anyway,
I didn't know it was a solo act.
You would have been fine.
Still.
Okay. Anyway, so yeah, and then we came back and went to a sex party. Okay. Now you can tell the story.
Okay, so we already told our Patreon members, but this was one of the best sex parties I'd ever been to.
One of the best performances I'd ever seen
at a sex party.
It was dope as fuck.
So let me paint the room. The theme was, I don't know how to pronounce it.
It starts with a B, A-C-C-C-H.
But it's Bacchanalia.
Yeah, something like that.
It's basically think Roman orgy. So they said to dress in white and gold. They said dudes could either wear suits or togas, and then girls, lingerie or cocktail dresses, or something on theme, with the the thing. Think Roman gods, Roman orgy, that kind of thing.
They get it.
I really like the theme. I wore a white lace bodysuit, and then I had these white leather thigh cuffs with matching leather handcuffs that I wore, and nude heels, and then I put a trench coat over it.
I was feeling bloated as fuck. I wore a fucking, what was it? I wore a blush see-through lacy. Nicole, I am speaking into the microphone. How much closer do you want me to be?
I'm just
it is happening. Do you not see the bars? Okay. What are you worried about?
That's enough.
Anyways, I wore a blush fucking bodysuit that was lacy and see-through with a champagne gold like a rose gold skirt with a slit and heels. It's really nice. Well, I'm so pissed that you keep telling me to scoot closer to the mic. Nicole, I am close enough. What do you want me to do? Fucking kiss it? Like, no. Stop.
Okay, we're gonna have to cut this out because this is
Maybe not. They like it when we fight.
This is chaotic as fuck and way too loud.
Okay, well, I mean, there's the Mars Uranus North Node conjunction, which is heavy energy, but that's another different story. Anyways, so yeah, the show was dope.
So let me explain. So they had. Do we want to say the club? They probably don't care. It's Kinky Rabbit Club. Well, one of my favorite sex party clubs to go to. Anyways. And so they had this kind of like plush pink ottoman looking thing in front of like a mini stage. So the show starts off with these 3 women walking in. Was that one mean girl like on a leash?
I can't remember.
I can't remember if she was on a leash. Anyways, these 3 women walk in. One girl lays down on the plush ottoman and like full spread eagle. And then the other 2 girls like hold her legs back and kind of like start playing with her kitty, you know, get her all warmed up.
Meow meow.
And then, okay, stop making meowing noises.
Okay, sorry.
And then once they get her a little warmed up, these 2 dudes dressed in togas. They had like the girls had on these like various white and gold outfits. They were really pretty. Anyways. Then these 2 dudes come in togas and they have spears. And at the end of those spears are like dildos.
Gold dildos.
Gold dildos. So they start double penetrating her with the dildo. So one's going in the peach. The other one's going in the kitty. I'm trying to be a little more conscientious of my language so that we don't, you know, post shit on TikTok and Instagram and get account warnings.
Yeah, sorry TikTok, we haven't posted in a while.
We got
actually we need to appeal that. Anyways,
I tried to figure out how to appeal. I couldn't figure it out. We got account warnings. Anyways, so so they're double penetrating her with the dildo spears, okay? And so like she's getting nice and warmed up.
Which honestly, I would have been terrified for everybody involved in that situation because what if they went too deep? Like a guy, you really have to have good control with that stick because the sticks were like this long.
Yeah.
And then they had the dildo at the end of it.
Yeah. May I add, she had a phenomenal kitty. Did you take a good look at it when she was spread eagle? Like the light was shining right on it.
I'm actually not remembering it too well, but I do remember it was quite smooth. And that's just my preference, even though I don't play with kitties. But
the coloring I thought was really nice.
Someone took an in-depth look. Anyways, keep going.
So they're using the dildo spears on her, double penetration, and then they pull out of it, and they kind of like all essentially like play with each other while the 2 guys go to the back. The 2 dudes go to the stage.
Yeah.
And then the 2 girls that were like holding the other girls' legs back follow and start blowing the dudes.
Yes.
Okay. And then
comes in another dude.
The girl that was getting DP'd just like sits at the foot of the ottoman and like waits. And then another guy comes in and he like lays down on the ottoman. And then it's a transgender woman. A transgender woman comes and like sits on top of his dick. So he's
pegging her.
He's penetrating her anally. So, and it was really hot. Like the transgender woman was smoking. Her
phenomenal.
Yes. And she took that.
Her package is really nice.
Yeah,
too.
she did have a really nice
cock
eggplant.
That too. The Twitter or the TikTok safe version. Yes. Okay. Anyways.
Yeah. So, and then the girl that was at the foot of the ottoman, remember the one that got DP'd? Now she sits on the transgender woman. And so they're in this like anal sandwich. It was beautiful.
It really was.
They were all hot. The guy was hot. The girls were hot. And obviously they're all hot. And then like the guys in the back getting blown, like the whole scene was just like I was getting turned on. Let's just put it that way.
I was loving it.
I was loving it. Every second of it. The crowd was like loving it and cheering them on and everything. And
I was admiring the beauty of the whole scene so much.
What, the anal sandwich?
Just everything. All the visuals.
Yeah.
But here comes the best part.
The best part, yeah. We haven't even gotten to the good part.
Yeah.
So then everyone kind of slowly pulls out, so to speak. The girl that was DP'd, kind of like she puts her ass in the air, and then they put a butt plug in, and at the top of the butt plug
Wait, you're forgetting the part where they have the other butt plug with the candle. Remember?
Oh, okay, you tell it, because I don't remember it as
No,
well.
that part I don't remember well, but I do remember. So they did have a butt plug that had like a little dish at the top of it, and then they started using a candle and pouring wax over the girl, and then that's when they come out with the other butt plug.
With the funnel.
Yes.
Something like that. That part gets a little murky. But
Yeah.
at one point they put in, or at one point after that, they put in a butt plug, and the butt plug has this like giant gold funnel. And so she's, her ass is in the air, the funnel is facing up, and then the 3 dudes and the transgender woman all kind of like enclose around the funnel and start jerking off into the funnel.
And coming into it.
And at this point, as they're like coming into it, everyone is going
Nuts.
fucking wild.
Yeah.
I was cheering them on. I was like, whoa! Because I was so excited for it. It was so hot. And like the transgender woman, her like tits and like all the dudes were hot. Anyways, so then they the 3 dudes kind of go away. The transgender woman pulls the
plug out.
Plug out and the funnel, and then starts pouring it all over herself.
And the girl, the girl that sat like in the ottoman in front of her, so it poured over her too, right?
Yeah. And then they all kind of like, at that point...
That was the finale.
Everyone's going wild. Everyone's cheering. And then, of course, they kind of like all sensually like walk out and like leave that kind of main central area. And then the party starts. And let me just say, people were fucking at this party after that performance.
I will say though, I feel like at one point, like the fucking like started like really fast, and then it like slowed down. I thought fairly quickly, at least in one of the rooms that I saw.
Oh, really? Because in the room there were 2 rooms that I kind of went in and out of where it was just like nonstop. Did you go the room on the far at the end of the hallway to the right? The last room on the right, that one was like a 24/7.
That one was lit AF.
Yeah,
but I will say.
I saw so many fun things at that party. I saw a girl get DP'd, and it's funny because like I know her and her boyfriend, and like her boyfriend was like really, who was this? Oh yeah,
I love watching them have sex.
Oh, I know, but like he was really like, what's the word I'm looking for?
Pounding into her.
No, but like the DP, like he was way into it.
Oh
yeah, it was hot. And then the porn star was there. I hooked up with him again. We had a phenomenal time. Honestly, he looked great.
It was funny because I saw one of the girls who I had seen at one of the first parties I ever went to, and I hadn't seen her since. And her husband were there. Anyways, at one point she and I are talking. She's like caressing my shoulder. We start making out a little bit. And then her dude was like, I want to see like you eat her out. And I was like, I've never played with a pussy before. And she was like, oh no, that's okay, we can just keep it to like making out and stuff. And then but he like kept on insisting, and I just got so nervous, and I'm not there yet. I don't know if I will be when it comes to like the waist down, and playing with women. I wasn't sure. So, but she was like really cool and understanding, and I was really happy that I was like able to tell her like, hey, I haven't done this before, and it makes me like, I'm kind of nervous about it. And she was like super chill and like really like comforting and understanding, even though her dude was trying to get us to do it still. And yeah, so that was my one little bit. She and I just played a little bit more with like our boobs, and then
so for me, they had a massage room, and so I finally fulfilled one of my like deepest.
They did have a massage room.
Deepest fantasies.
I didn't get a massage.
Oh, you should have. Okay, so I finally found like a point where no one was on the massage table, and I went to just kind of like lay on it, and then the girl that was giving out the massages, she was like, "Do you want one?" And I'm like, "Absolutely." So
she was so cute.
She was really cute. So I'm naked there. She starts massaging me, but like she's definitely like you know, swiping up the cooch and, you know, like playing with my ass and playing with my tits. And so like that was, for me, that's always been a fantasy of mine, to like get a massage, but like
erotic massage.
Yeah, erotic massage.
Very lovely.
And then there was a guy there. He was like the brother of the owner of the club who I had met earlier. And he was like, may I join? And I was like, absolutely. He didn't go to the erotic part, but he did like massage my back and stuff. And it was just like so nice to just like get massaged by two people. And like I was turned on, and it was
especially
really hot.
after a long flight.
Yeah. So it was
a great party.
Fun party.
I will say though, the floggers that they had that night, they were like on theme, and like they were shiny and like rigid,
But they were stingy.
and they were stingy as fuck.
Really stingy.
I tried them out, and I made the mistake of, I took an edible, a little weed edible before the party, and then I got to, once I got to the cross, and this one guy was flogging me, and I got like a real like high from, you know, the edible and getting flogged. But then at one point it like, oh man, the stinginess was just too much. I was like, this stings so bad. I can't do it anymore. I was so sad because you know how much I love getting flogged, and I wanted to flog someone else, but I didn't know how to handle that rigid flogger.
I agree. That one, they didn't put as many toys out, and I was kind of sad because I didn't like
Yes.
the floggers either, and they just didn't have a lot of toys out.
And they had the flogger. They had a flogger made of chains, which actually wasn't
that bad. I tried it.
It wasn't as bad as you would think it was, but it was still
It was
painful.
less stingy than the other flogger that they had, because that other flogger was like a tail. It was like a braided tail.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the chainmail one was actually not as stingy. But I only got flogged very short on the St. Andrew's Cross for a very short amount of time.
I was on that cross no more than 10 minutes. I was like, I can't do this anymore.
And then I flogged another girl on there for maybe about 5 minutes, and that was about it. So I agree. That was my only complaint. They could have had a couple more toys, but overall, the crowd, super hot. The performances, phenomenal. It was just a really great party. We went with C, you know, who I've mentioned before, and she had a phenomenal time. So overall, I would give it
10 out of 10.
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
It was so good.
So fun. There's our little catch up. I hope you enjoyed the various story times. Now, we did do a Q&A. We've got a lot of new followers on our Instagram, so thank you guys for that support.
If you made it here from IG, welcome. Welcome.
Yes. So we're going to answer a couple questions. Let's see.
Some of y'all asked like 20 questions.
Yeah.
Guys. I mean, I love it. Love it. But like
the enthusiasm.
Like one person, like there were two people that asked like 30 questions each, and I was like wow.
Oh, which one did you
Some I wanted to answer because they were really like fun and short.
We've already answered that one.
What made you girls feel so comfortable with your sexuality? Time.
And I would say introspectiveness.
Well, and the fact that we had each other to talk about.
Yeah.
And then
someone asked, getting rimmed or doing the rimming. I like getting rimmed. I really haven't rimmed a lot of people. I've only done it to one partner, and he said he had the best orgasm he's ever had in his life. So kudos to me.
Yo, I'm gonna be honest. I get real nervous getting rimmed. I do. Whenever, especially if my ass is on display, I'm just afraid of farting. So it's just, you know, but I do like getting rimmed. I prefer rimming a lot more though.
Yeah. Really?
To be honest.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
I know.
See, I'm the other way around. You know, this is the difference between you and I. I like this one. How can I get women to approach me? I'm bi and have been told I give off straight vibes. We briefly talked about this on an episode with Bro Girl Therapy. I think it's hard as a bi woman, like, especially if like you're just now, you know, accepting your bisexuality and, you know, learning about your, you know, dynamic with women. I think the best thing to do is, you know, when you do approach them, you know, I remember like I mentioned in the episode, like if you're straight and you go up to a girl that like, and you think she looks so cute, you're like, oh my God, I love your shoes, or oh my God, I love that dress, or oh my God, you look phenomenal, girl, so hot, whatever. That, you know, that's great. So you don't want to do that if you want to.
I was going to say that's giving support.
That's giving support.
That's giving girl power.
Platonic. You know, if you want to show them that you want to like fuck them, then, you know, like I think it's got to be a combination of like not only what you're saying, but maybe like some eye contact, maybe some like, body language that shows that you're interested. But go up to her and say, I think you look absolutely beautiful tonight. And then look her up and down, maybe add in a little like, lip
smirk.
bite.
Oh,
lip
God.
bite.
God, no, Nikki. That is so cringe. Oh, God. Ew. I never want to see that. Do you do that?
No.
Don't.
No, but like I'm saying the eye contact can make a difference.
Yeah, do the eye contact, but don't do that. If you're gonna, you gotta be suave, okay, to do that lip bite.
Yeah, you do.
I can't even do it. I'm smiling too much right now.
There was one time a girl did that to me, and the way that she did it, she pulled it off so well that I was like,
love that.
Absolutely, take me home. Anyways. But yeah, I think you gotta use a different tone, instead of like, oh my God, so cute, like get away from that tone. So it's going to be a combination of like tone, body language, eye contact, and like less about like complimenting like, the shoes or the skirt, and more about like complimenting them as a person and let them know that you're interested. But, just be direct too. I don't mind directness from women because it does clear the air for me. I remember one time we were at a sex party in New York, and there was this girl there. I told the story on Broke Therapy too, so sorry for the overlap. But
you better make this quick. We have so much to cover.
Anyways, but her and I were both sitting on the couch, and she literally looks over at me and she goes,
"Oh yeah,"
and she goes, "Look, I know most of the time when girls are like hitting on you, it's hard to tell, So I just want to let you know straight away, I want to lick your pussy." And I was like, "Likewise." And she did the thing where she like looked me up and down. Aww. And I was like, yes. We actually didn't hook up, but I did watch her get played with repeatedly by another girl, and I thought it was so hot. I just wasn't in the mood that night. I was in an interesting mood. So
that party. Yeah.
But I loved her directness, and I thought she was super hot. Anyways, so my best advice there is just to employ tactics that show your sexual interest, not platonic interest. What's another question?
One of the questions that we got was, how do you feel about guys wearing lingerie? I have a lot of feelings about it. I think it's great, and I think you should do it if it makes you happy. Also, like, for example, I had a friend in college he was a man. I think he was bi gay leaning, but he would buy women's underwear and send me pictures of him in them. And I thought he looked hot as fuck. I had a huge crush on him. I think I've told this story before. If you are, like follow the male submissive, he loves cross-dressing. I think for men, if it moves you and you want to wear it, wear it. So don't care what society says. I personally think, like I saw this one post about this party that all these people threw, and all the guys were required to wear dresses. And some of them, it was a TikTok. I sent it to
I saw it. Yeah.
The male submissive. Some of those guys looked so fucking hot in those dresses. I was like,
yes.
And I hated the comment section because everybody was going after them like, oh,
they're probably so pressed.
Yeah. So many, troubled people were pressed. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, that guy in the satin pink dress can get it, like, right now. From me, he looked amazing. So,
I've had 3 partners that enjoyed wearing lingerie and would send me pictures of them wearing that lingerie. I found it attractive. I think it's about, like Kimi said, if you're comfortable in it, like, make sure it's something that you feel good in, that you feel sexy in, something that makes you feel empowered. And then, but if it's something that like for your partner, maybe it's a little bit hard for them to like accept at first, just go slow with it. Start off with something small and cutesy, like, a lacy thong or something like that. And then work up to like bigger pieces of lingerie. I can understand women too. We're taught to like masculine men, and we're taught to, want a man that's like super manly and
manly man.
Like
Nadej said,
a manly man who is in jeans and cowboy boots and whatever. Anyways, so
my ladies, he can be both.
Yeah. So if your partner has a little bit of if there's a little bit of a shock value, for your partner seeing you in lingerie, just go slow with it, take your time, and do what makes you feel good. Life's too short to not wear a lacy thong if that's what you want to wear.
Yes.
So
Love
my
that.
thought on that. Yeah.
Let's see what else. Someone asked how to find sex clubs and parties and groups that are safe. Heavy vetting. And that's
Reddit.
Yeah, that's really just
Instagram.
the only way I can say is Google, Instagram, Reddit. See if you can find any Facebook groups. Follow the kinksters that are in your, that live near you, and see who, if they follow a certain club or something like that. And then, from there, vet very well. I always like to, we want to make sure that if we're going to a sex party that it's, we're going to feel good at being there. Sometimes, the crowds are always different, so you never know what the vibe is, but you want to make sure that whoever's hosting it knows what the hell they're doing.
Just go with the flow.
Yeah. Vet.
Okay, someone asked, going on vacation with another couple, should we try to get it on with them?
Oh, I answered this on the page.
Yeah, but
we need more context.
I know, but I just wanted to add, my 2 cents there would be is feel out the vibes before you make any moves. Not that it's going to like terribly, change the dynamic if it like turns awkward. I just remember one time, like when my ex and I were together, we had a friend that were couples, and like one time we were all hanging out and when we were all drunk, like they asked us if we wanted to like hook up with them. And this was before we were non-monogamous, and we had to, we both always had the rule that like no friends. So it didn't make it awkward. We still hung out with them. We still loved them to death and everything. But, I don't know. That's just a tough one. Cause like if it is a friendship, like you don't want to ruin the friendship or like make it weird. It didn't make it weird, but at the same time, it was just kind of like, there was definitely like, I felt bad turning them down, but like I didn't want to have sex with them. So that one, you got to really feel out the vibes and see if they're like dropping any hints. If not, tread cautiously.
Someone had asked, where was it? I'm poly, but I still get jealous. I know it might be insecurities, but tips, please. I was going to say, jealousy is always going to come and go.
Yeah.
Because you never know when you're going to feel it.
I would recommend every single time that you feel jealous, get a journal out or piece of paper. Start writing down what you think the root causes might be. And then from there, like ask yourself, like, why am I feeling jealous? Because my partner is seeing his partner more than he's seeing me. Okay, so there's an unmet need. Okay, now what is that unmet need? Lack of time together. I feel like he's spending all this time with her. He's not spending enough time with me, whatever. And then from there, like say, what would I need to help, fix this or feel less insecure or jealous about this issue? And be like, okay, we need more time. So like, see what I'm saying? It's kind of like really break it down, like start off with the why, the what, the how, all of those things. And then once you kind of journal about that and really process it, then go to your partner and say, hey, I'm feeling jealous because I feel like you're spending more time with your other partner than you are with me, and I'm feeling a little neglected. And then from there, be like, can we, maybe focus on a little bit more time between you and I? I'm not saying less time with the other partner, but like maybe find some more ways for us to connect, etc. Or whatever it may be. Maybe it's something to do with looks. Maybe it's something to do with, unmet needs. Like whatever it may be, get to the root of it and then have a discussion with your partner. But really take the time to like journal and like sort out what the cause of the jealousy is and then go from there. Don't let it just stew. Work through it. That's what, for me, journaling works. I know that maybe that doesn't work for everybody. Maybe you need to like have someone to talk to about it, like a therapist or a friend, whatever. But like find a way to work through it and dive into it and then have a discussion with your partner about it.
I like this question.
Let's hear it.
If you had to sleep with one of your other twins' exes, who would it be? I already know the answer to this.
Wait. Let me hear yours.
No, I want for you.
Yeah, definitely him. But you know who I would also?
Who?
Haryon.
Really? Oh no.
He was so hot.
He is hot. Actually, and he and I are still good friends. We might do dinner sometime
but definitely Steven.
Okay. All right.
What about you? Which one of my current dudes or exes would you fuck?
Calvin.
I knew it. I knew it.
I matched first.
I knew it.
We exchanged all of 3 words on fucking Snapchat after we matched on Field, and then it did, and then it never went anywhere. And then when you matched, I was like, fuck.
Finders, keepers.
Hot, yeah, whatever.
Hottest.
Losers, weepers. No, you do not get Arion. Sorry.
Calvin is hot as fuck.
Honestly, if
His
he
dick is
ever
phenomenal.
proposed the idea, I would do it.
You and Calvin?
Yeah,
No!
I would.
You cannot do that.
No, I know, but I'm saying if that chance was ever out there in the universe, I would do it. But I would, of course, ask you for permission.
And if I said no, you would honor that?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying I would never sleep with Arion because I know you'd say no, so I wouldn't. And I don't think I'd even want to because no.
He's the one that I would be like, I'd be down.
Calvin?
And, yeah, he's the only one.
Calvin?
Yeah.
Mm.
Do you know how
That's
many
it?
beeps you have to put? Whoever asked that question, thank you.
I'll just ask him
That
if
was
it's okay to...
so funny.
I'll just ask him if it's okay to put it in there.
Celeb you'd most like to bang. Zoe Dutch.
Man, that's a long list. Man or female, I don't know.
And I'm not, I don't even know how, like, if I even would want to, I don't know what I'm doing. My titty journey is staying up in the titties. I haven't gone below.
Oh, this is a good one. Do you know people that listen to the pod that it's low-key weird that they do? Like, so I can see what cities people listen from. I can't see who listens, but I can see what cities. And let's just say the city where my work happens to be headquartered has a lot of listens. A lot of listens.
Thank you for your support.
Thank you
and
for your
kindness.
support. But to my coworkers that listen to the pod, you know a lot about my sex life. Probably more than I ever bargained for you to know. But that's okay. It's all out in the open. I don't care. What about for you, Cammy? Any?
I'm pretty sure
That is weird. Oh, hell no.
I'm pretty sure one of our high school teachers listens.
And if so,
I don't like that
I don't feel comfortable
at all.
Let's wrap it up.
I'm
Two more.
new to being a sub. Any advice? Do your research. Start slow. Don't get like overly eager in finding a dom. Make sure you take the time to find a good one.
Quality.
Yeah, find a quality dom.
My best advice, honestly, would be learn how to stand up for yourself and communicate what you want and what your boundaries are. And don't be afraid to say red or stop or safe word or whatever. Do it.
Yeah, when I was on that cross getting flogged and it was starting to sting, I had no issue being like, please. He told me, this means go, because I was holding onto the cross. So like this meant go, this meant stop. And I had no issue like stop. Yeah, no, I'm good. Like, be able to communicate. You have to be able to communicate your boundaries. I know I've seen a lot of the times in other kinky accounts when they do Q&As, a lot of subs ask like, hey, how do I tell my partner this? Or, hey, how do I tell my dom this? It's like, you can't think that just because you're in the place of submission that you don't have a voice in the situation.
You absolutely do.
You have the keys to the car and they can't drive without those keys. So you make sure you stand up for yourself. Also, don't be afraid to try out different types of submission and see what fits you. Like I know for a long time I was like, I'm a little. And that's it. That's all I want to explore is I only want to be a little. And then, I've decided I would like to explore other sides of submission as well and see, what if I like any of those. So yeah, that would be my advice from, sub to sub.
Favorite BDSM toy that isn't a type of restraint.
Oh, and then to piggyback, someone had asked, what are some good toys for beginners? Vloggers.
My favorite. I think floggers are easy.
Yeah,
easy to
floggers
use.
are my favorite type of BDSM toy that isn't a restraint, and I do think they're great for beginners because, especially like if you get like the soft, supple leather ones,
they're not too hard on the body.
Everybody always thinks that they're going to be like super painful, but they're not.
Yeah.
They're not. You really have to like put a lot of force in order to make it to like super painful, but even then it's not that bad.
Yeah, I think floggers are a good beginner toy and probably one of my favorite BDSM toys. Obviously y'all know me, I like sharp things, so like my claws that I have, those are some of my favorite. But I'm trying to think what else. My doms have one it's a phone book, so it's like a piece of like this it's like a suede leather, like thick piece of leather, and it has a handle and you just hit with that. And I really like that one because it's actually not that bad, and it's like it feels really nice on the skin, the suede leather. So they call it the phone book. I know I don't know what the name of it would be, like on a, it's basically just like a piece of suede leather with like a half moon kind of handle on it. But that's a really nice one. How should a long-term relationship begin to explore BDSM together? Is that possible? Absolutely. I think, again, just start educating yourselves. Maybe watch some, or listen to podcasts, watch some YouTube videos on stuff, like read some books, whatever. See what speaks to y'all. Each of you make a list of like what turned you on when you were like listening about it or whatever, or take the BDSM.org test. See what turns you on and then find middle ground. So like, okay, maybe you like impact play and like they're like, okay, I'm a little iffy on it. Start slow, or maybe, you both realize you're like super excited about, sensation play or rope.
I gave some advice on that one, I think.
Obviously be safe. Make sure you explore it like from the perspective of safety. But yeah, find middle ground, find each of you kind of make a list of what moves you and start there.
Mm-hmm. And
but
establish aftercare.
Yeah. And aftercare. But it's definitely possible. Like, I mean,
I don't know why we were getting questions. Yeah, for my people out there who think like, oh, am I too old to try this? Or, oh, am I in too long of a relationship to try this? Absolutely not. If it moves you, do it.
Yeah.
Try it. I did really like this question. I have BDSM experience. My partner has big Dom energy, but no experience. How can I educate him on being a Dom, but still feel like his sub? Ooh.
This is a tough one because you kind of have to like Dom or top from the bottom.
But also direct him. One of the ways you can start is by directing him to, maybe some of the kink accounts that you follow or some good Dom accounts. You can check out, Black Queer Dom, ASMR Daddy.
Ask a Sub has a lot of resources on
Exactly. There are a lot of accounts that they can follow. And then from there, also, if he likes reading, if he likes podcasts, direct him to some of those. When it comes,
let him learn from other DOMs.
Yeah, let him learn from other DOMs. And then, and if you can find some workshops that y'all can do together.
Yeah. Go on FetLife and find some workshops.
Yeah.
And FetLife has a ton of events.
Yeah. And maybe there's even some DOM workshops that he can just go to on his own. If he's
online.
If he's comfortable doing that. So I would say start with that and then, see what he picks up through his own research.
And then when he brings it into the bedroom, or when they bring it into the bedroom, then really give him.
I don't know why I assumed it was a dude, but I mean,
give him a lot of affirmation.
Oh wait, she said him. That's why.
Give them a lot of affirmation. Give them support and if there's anything like that they do that maybe like you want it a little bit differently or whatever, like don't be afraid. I know maybe it might like kill the vibe, but like don't be afraid to like speak up about that mid scene.
I would say you could always just start with a top and bottom scene first, and then try a dominant and submission scene, and then also don't be like after the scene, maybe have like a rehash on it and kind of just be like, hey, how did that feel for you? What did you like? What didn't you like? And then you can tell them at that point like, hey, I really liked when you did this. Whenever you did this, here's a tip that I have, something like that. So like bring an open conversation to it. And
I wonder if there's any good BDSM porn to direct him to too. There are a couple. There was one that I watched.
Oh yeah.
It was I can't remember who made it, but it was a blonde female dom with it was like a brunette female submissive, and it was really hot. Granted, it's not like it was good. It's not like great representation of BDSM, but like I think it's a start.
Was it like Pornhub's representation?
It was on Pornhub. Let me see if I can. We should do some research into that. Find some good BDSM porn accounts too, because that could be a place for them to like visually see it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then next episode, I do want to talk about how to build a sex room, and that could be another place. They did showcase some aspects of kink, so that could be another one.
Yeah.
So
guys,
thanks for tuning in.
I hope you liked today's episode.
Welcome
back, Double Teamed fam. We are so happy to be here. We feel blessed, that we get to do this. I know someone in the questions had asked, like, why do y'all like to work together?
Because we love each other.
We're twins and we love each other.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I really like discussing these things with Cammie.
Yeah, and I think, we do pretty okay.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do. So, yeah.
I'm going to send this to Calvin so he listens.
Oh, my God. No,
you cannot.
Are you kidding me, Nicole? Now every single time we do shit together, he's gonna be looking at me like, I know what you want to do. You know, like
You cannot have sex with him.
I would not.
Yeah, you would.
I would not.
His dick is massive.
It's not about the size, but I do like it, you know.
No, it's his body. It's his body for sure.
I was going to say, his body's phenomenal. I would, yeah. I mean, I love me some boyfriend dick. I love me big dick, whatever you want.
I love me any dick that's attached to someone that I like. At the end of the day.
Touche.
At the end of the day.
Touche. Yeah.
If it's attached to someone I like, to me, that's what matters.
Nikki and I end up being, beings of energy.
Oh yeah,
we read energy, and that's how we'll decide if we fuck with you.
The connection for me, like,
yeah.
I don't care if your dick is massive. If I don't vibe with you, I don't want to have sex with you.
Yeah, exactly. We're not size queens. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget, wear condoms. And then also live show in Los Angeles,
October
20th. Bring your friends, bring your parents. I don't care. Bring whoever you want, but just be ready to have a good time. We're going to make it fun for you. There's going to be lots of cool things.
Maybe don't bring your parents. I don't
bring
your roommates.
Yeah, bring your roommates. You know what? And this is what I said on the, on the invitation. If you're feeling unhinged, bring all your Tinder matches, all of them.
Invite them. Make it a little group
project. It a group night. Exactly. Do what moves you, but come to the show. We're going to have fun.
All right, I have plans to get to. I love you all. I will see you next time.
Yep, we'll see you next week. And we love you. Bye. Wear condoms.